Hi, David Balestri from Kingdom Wealth. Just wanted to take a moment and share a principle around supernatural generosity as part of our Kingdom Wealth series. You know, in 2 Corinthians chapter 9, Paul is speaking to the church at Corinth, and he's encouraging them around the ministry of Kingdom Wealth, Kingdom Finances. He speaks to them, and he speaks, of course, in 2 Corinthians 9 concerning, he who sows sparingly will reap sparingly. But when we pick it up in verse 7, it says this: each of you should give what you've decided in your hearts to give. Listen to this. He says, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. The interesting thing that I'd like to focus in on this short video is this word cheerful. The word cheerful in the Greek is the word hilaros, which is, of course, the base word where we get hilarious. Paul is speaking to the Corinthians, and he's saying, hey, listen, in this ministry of kingdom economics and giving and receiving, he says to them a couple of things. He says, I don't want you to give out of reluctance. I don't want you to give out of fear. And then he says this interesting thing. He says, I also don't want to get you to give out of compulsion. I don't want you to give out of just a sense of being pushed or manipulated into it. He says, in the kingdom sense, the evidence that you know that you've entered into kingdom finances and kingdom stewardship is that hilaros should be an indicator that after you've given, there's hilaros, there's a cheerfulness, there's a hilariousness in your heart and in your spirit because you've given. Powerful kingdom giving is never under some sort of a manipulative or heavy pressure dimension, but comes out of a revelation from the Spirit of God that hits our hearts, that awakens us, that causes a release of finances, a release of resources to come forward. And how we know that we've operated in that mechanism and not in the compulsion or reluctant space is that hilaros, the cheerfulness, jumps up inside of our hearts, and that becomes the witness and the testimony and the evidence that we've entered into supernatural generosity and supernatural giving. What a powerful thing that is. I believe that as we go forward in this Kingdom Wealth series, that's going to be the outcome. That as we move forward in the future, as you give, as you put yourself forward, as you give of your finance or your resource to Kingdom Ventures, that hilaros dimension, the cheerfulness, is going to reside powerfully as an indicator to you that you've given in the spirit and not in the flesh. Look forward to sharing some other principles with you in our next videos.